your girl, JV. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for this full moon, the second full moon in Aquarius, happening at 29 degrees. First one was at 1 degree. 29 degrees Aquarius on August 22nd. And what comes through is something comes full circle. I want you to even pause this video, or at least listen to it after, but pause the video and go listen to Full Circle by Half Moon Run. Oh my God. All right. Because something comes full circle. And there is a new relationship that you build with stillness, the cold, what feels the opposite of warm to you. A new relationship with stoicism, with not being able to read immediately, learning to pick up on the other signals that you need so that you can really innovate a new way of being, communicating, and impacting your collective, your community. Something comes full circle in the realm of your friends, in the realm of your hopes, wishes, community, your desires. And so I want to dive into The Handy Dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And I want to make this a quick one. And you guys know that I go in this blind with you. So light it if you got it. Hydrate. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. All the Leo season videos are now out on YouTube. Everything drops on Patreon first, patreon.com/justjeverything. And for daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. I did not get myself enough water, of course. But here we go. Elias Lonsdale's interpretation of the 29th degree of Aquarius is: the sound of dripping water echoes through a great stone room. The most unusual and distinctive of inward conditions. You are held within a mode of awareness that is from another time and place altogether. You have nothing to say and nothing to do. There is no power of individual life force. Instead, you see the ancient ones. You see as the ancient ones see. Utter unworldliness to a point of disassociation from surface experience. A part of the mind transported by a reverie of timeless, effortless, and a part of the mind transported by a reverie of timeless, effortless realization. Everything is clear. The subtle, most refined things are obvious. It is all a matter of perspective. And here the perspective is that the only thing that matters is how the inward resonant echo registers and where it leads you in choiceless awareness and communication with the gods. Whoo! Okay, I'm going to read that last sentence again because he always hits different. It is all a matter of perspective, and here the perspective is that the only thing that matters is how the inward resonant echo registers and where it leads you in choiceless awareness in communication with the gods. This second full moon in Aquarius ain't no joke. How often does this happen? So, I want to dive in. Because interesting, Uranus retrogrades tonight. Uranus, one of the rulers of Aquarius. And that puts us in a place where all of the hits that we've been taking don't hit as hard, don't fucking knock the wind out of us, don't, it's like you'll be able to get like a semblance of normalcy. It's like the hits aren't these huge blows. And so we have that reprieve until January 18th, 19th of 2022. So empty your lungs. Take a deep breath. So we're asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this full moon in Aquarius, the second full moon in Aquarius 2021. First card out, Six of Swords and the High Priestess reverse. Okay, some of you have been denying your intuition about a situation that you know you need to get out of. Some of you, there is someone with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that is either you need to get away from, or is inspiring you or helping you get out of a actual situation that you need to remove yourself from, or this could be a mental state. Moving from a really turbulent mental state to a more tranquil mental state. And in that more tranquil mental state, stop denying what Spirit is trying to tell you. Some of you, your dreams have been crazy, and it's like there's signs and wonders everywhere telling you that there's some way that you're needing to move forward. Some of you are moving towards someone with Cancer placements, or someone that's very spiritual, someone that's very wise, and you're not going to get out of them what you are expecting or what you're wanting. There may be a very spiritual woman or person, or someone with Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising that, even the Cancer card, Chariot's on the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely some of you that are messing with a Cancer, or some with a Cancer, Moon, or Rising, and they're not themselves. They may be in a place of learning how to trust their intuition again, how to trust their body again. Also, I feel like they aren't here for just the physical. There's got to be some sort of emotional tie that needs to be honored, or that needs to be felt, in order to have the progression forward, or the victory over whatever obstacle. Some of you are in relationships with people, or friendships with people, who don't believe what you believe spiritually, if not mock you for what you believe. And that, like, that is the definition of being unequally yoked. If you can't, like, pray the way you pray, or cast the way you cast, or be who you are on a completely holistic level, if you can't do your natural remedies, or you can't say your affirmations or pray or scry or whatever it is, do your rites. If you can't do whatever it is that you do spiritually with your partner or with your friends, are you really, is that your partner? Like, how the obstacle that you're needing, the obstacle that's in the way, you will get victory over this obstacle once you tap in and realign with your spirit and what your intuition is telling you. Some of you have been very like apart from a relationship or kept yourself. This could be celibacy, abstinence, you just no new friends, you being in a place of secluding yourself or isolating yourself a bit, and you're really coming out of your shell. There are going to be people coming in that help you get out of your shell and help you get over the hump in some way. And I also want to say that just because you're not getting what you think you're getting out of this spirituality or this spiritual community or this spiritual person or this Cancer or this maternal person, doesn't mean that just because you're not getting what you want doesn't mean you're not getting what you need. In this full moon, yes, it is bringing things full circle, but it requires you to turn your back on something. Six of Swords, what do you need to turn your back on? That will put you in a place where you can finally stop denying your intuition, stop denying your hunches, stop denying your spirituality, stop denying the divine feminine within you, especially if you're a man. If you aren't in a place of being able to honor, or if you identify as a man, it doesn't matter your genitalia. If you identify as a man, you cannot be a healthy man without acknowledging the divine feminine within you. Or without acknowledging, for some of you, especially if you are identify as a man and you're watching this, you are in need of being with someone that is extremely spiritual. Someone that their priority is their relationship to the divine so that they can properly lead you, because the divine feminine has always been the power behind the throne. Can't none of y'all check into this motherfucker but through us. So there is just something about honoring that you have access to that energy as well. That energy is in you. It just manifests differently through the divine masculine. And those of you, my divine masculines right now that I'm talking to, you may be in a place of being really, really lost. You may be in a place of really having to get out of a situation that you know you shouldn't be in, because you're pairing or aligning yourself with or fucking or hooking up with people that aren't your divine feminine. And you may be in a place where you're hungry for that. You may be in a place where you're trying, I'm so sorry to say this, it's like trying to make like a hoe into a housewife. And that's how it feels for some of you. So it's, and get you a chick that can do both. Cause that's true balance. Being the hoe and the housewife is like, that's what we all want. That's what we all need. Interesting that the High Priestess sticker was not where it normally is. So I just had to put that back. So showing up reversed, but then showing up upright. You have the ability to really realign. What are you feeling? What are you sensing? You're needing to give yourself a bird's eye view. Give yourself a break. Some of you are heartbroken, are in need of recovery. And the only way, it's not like less is more. You surrounding yourself with people isn't going to turn this right side. Or upright. You are needing a place. Some of you are really denying the fact that you need to be alone. You need more me time. And your me time, Knight of Cups, is going to put you on a different quest of love, requesting to be around a different kind of person. And ooh, that Cancer card came back, and putting you in, because I'm not taking that, but I'm going to see. Yeah, putting you in a position of pursuing something different. Some of you, I feel like, want fucking romance. And it's interesting that this is coming up on the Aquarian full moon, because Aquarians are so known for being so detached and cold-hearted and not romantic, and they need to be around groups, they need to be around their friends, or they fall in love with their friends. Something's coming full circle with that. Something is shifting. And I feel like even the coldest of us all are in a place of this Leo season has warmed our hearts. It was meant to. And we're in a place of wanting to pursue a different kind of relationship, pursue a different kind of love. There may be somebody younger than you that is pursuing you. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements that is pursuing you. Someone that is not in the same tax bracket is pursuing someone also. I feel like you may be pursuing or interested in somebody that makes a lot more money than you. And don't let that stop you. You can, just because you're not able to take somebody out on, fly someone out on a private jet or like on super lavish dates, doesn't mean that you can't be heartfelt. Because the Knight of Cups sometimes has champagne taste on a beer budget. So in whoever it is that you're pursuing, make sure that you're not spending rent on taking this person out. That you are able to find different ways to express love. Find different ways to do like cheap dates, or not even cheap, but like stuff where you're actually getting to know someone. You're not just spending money. You're not just like flashing or flexing. You know what I mean? There is something about offers that are coming in, and this new quest of love this new quest of love that's coming in could absolutely be in regards to your career. So you could be pursuing a new spiritual or creative industry or field. This could be singing, dancing, painting, writing, yoga, Pilates, Reiki, tarot, energy work, healing, massage, whatever it is for you. It could be in a very like creative field, or also like interior design, taking care of, I don't want to say, there could also be something you getting creative in the legal field, or those of you who are on a creative path, you're needing to protect yourself legally, making sure that you also like have all your tax things in line. There are new contracts coming in, clarity coming about contracts. I'm going to clarify that once we're done. But I'm going to get a couple more cards out. Either way, there are big aha moments. New inspiration coming in. The Sword of Truth coming in and putting you in a position to make some cuts. To turn your back on some things. It's like, there's something I feel like also you will be rewarded. If you feel like something is off now, and you listen to your intuition, and you move, or if you feel like, it's not even just something, okay, if you feel like something is off and you listen to your gut and make the appropriate moves and cuts, you'll get the information retroactively about why Spirit told you to move. And if you listen, you will be rewarded. Some of you, there's something coming in, or you're being called to pursue something or someone. And if you listen and just explore, you'll see why. It will be like these random curiosities that are coming in aren't just random curiosities. You're being guided somewhere. So you need to listen. And the only way for you to listen is to allow yourself some alone time. Both cards of alone time and evaluating your friend group is coming up. Both Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. So there is this blindfold coming off about our friends, our communities, our hopes, our wishes. But we also have Jupiter there, who is kind of like making things come full circle, it's softening the blow as well. Though it is retrograde as well, it's still fucking Jupiter. Like the benefic of all benefics. Benevolence, either way. And so what comes in, you guys, it looks like you guys get in motion. When you walk away, you guys get in motion. And when you get in motion, there's information that is offered to you, new contracts that are offered to you. This also could be new work coming in. And the work that comes in, the information, the aha moments that come in, put you in a position of really needing to evaluate and refine yourself. What's happening, what we're learning now is going to really benefit us in Virgo season. Come Virgo season, you're really going to start moving towards these big ideas and aha moments. There's going to be a lot of clarity that is coming in. I want one final card, one final message for this second full moon in Aquarius happening at 29 degrees. One final card, thank you. 9 of Swords. Well, you know I'm not going to let you end on that. But also what this looks like to me is that the information that comes in that makes you really isolate and recalibrate your connection to your internal GPS system, it's going to usher in a dark night of the soul. I feel like that's what's happening. It's like wrapping up this dark night of the soul. There's a wrapping up of a certain mindset, of a certain way of thought, a certain way of reacting, a certain train of thought that you always let yourself go down. It comes to an end. This anxiety comes to an end, but you've got to get alone. Aquarians, it's the dead of winter. It's not warm and fucking fuzzy like it's opposite the summer. Leo season. We are in the shadow of Aquarius right now. And Aquarius season is like, you've got to figure out how to survive the winter. So that's where that innovation comes from. That's where that coldness, that detached kind of stigma comes from. Because when you're in the dead of winter, it ain't all bubbles and daisies and sunflowers, you know? And our connection to an outdated way of thinking, it flashes up. It becomes so clear that we can't take this with us anymore. And this is the shit that comes full circle. And we are able to really lay to rest a version of ourselves that ignored the red flags, that ignored our intuition, that didn't peep game to the ickiness that we've seen in people now. But like I said, that Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius is bringing this benevolence to it, where it's not this hard, it doesn't have to be this crazy hard hitting blow. You just get to absorb the lesson, you get to learn it, you get to really lay this outdated version of yourself to rest and usher in a brand new way of thinking, or brand new way of resolving conflict. And going from the 9 of Swords to the 9 of Wands, and the blindfold comes off. clarity is received. And once you get your head out of your hands, out of the darkness, you get to a point where you get to see everything that's around you, and you get out of fight mode, and you stop this love affair with surviving, and you start seeing new ways to thrive. Start seeing new ways to take advantage of the opportunities, people, and resources that are all around you. Please clarify the Six of Swords. What do we need to turn our back on? Please clarify the Six of Swords. Eight of Cups came out, which is another card of turning your back. What we need to turn our back on is our comfort zone. What we need to turn our back on is the fear of listening to that voice that is drawing us to something. Turning your back on whatever is just established, the old way of doing things, the way of being, the way it's supposed to be. It's time to get yourself in a position to not be afraid to change things up. Not being afraid, it's going to change anyway. You know that, right? So you might as well get yourself in a position where you are co-creating with the divine about this trajectory, about where you're supposed to be propelling yourself, where you want to be propelled, what you want to turn away from. For some of you, it is this pursuit of comfort that you need to be done with. There is some of you that are terrified of your spiritual side, and it's just holding you back. It is just holding you back. I want to check the camera just in case. We're at 27 minutes, my lucky number. All right, please clarify the High Priestess reversed. Because there's intuition that's being ignored. There's spirituality that's being denied. There's duality that needs to, wow. Seven of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So some of you are denying the fact that you feel cheated, or you still feel wronged, or you're still holding on to a grudge. Some of you, you're so scared to let go of the betrayal, or scared to let go of the trauma because it's defined you for so long. And the universe is, God is, spirit is in the point of like, how much longer are you going to rely on this? Because it's not going to get you where you're really meant to go. It's gotten you here, but this here isn't enough. And it's never going to be enough. You're always going to be hungry for more, because there is more on the other side of you clinging to this pain or this fear or this trauma that has defined you for so long. It's at this point, it's becoming self-sabotage. And so it's time to really prioritize you reconnecting with your spirituality, you reconnecting with your intuition, with your faith, with your ability to read between the lines, your ability to see both sides. Reconnecting with your sensitivity, your emotionality, your creativity is going to usher in a brand new relationship with yourself. For some of you, you were betrayed by somebody with Cancer, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Capricorn placements. Possibly someone with Moon in Pisces. Possibly clinging on to a situation with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or clinging on to somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements that is beneath you mentally in some way, or that doesn't get you, or that you feel is just like all like pretty, but like you know you got them in some way. It's just time to really acknowledge and be honest with yourself about your relationship with yourself and the relationships and betrayals that you're holding on to, because it's keeping you from being the creative, spiritual, emotional powerhouse that you are meant to be. Please clarify the Knight of Cups. What's coming in? Because for some of you, there is a love offer coming in. And for some of you, you've been calling in romance. You've been calling in that feeling, that intensity, that kind of relationship. And Seven of Pentacles, what's coming in is someone that wants to invest in you. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements that you've been awaiting, or you are pursuing, or what's coming in is somebody that wants to invest in you, but you've been going back and forth about them. You may not be seeing, you may have put yourself on the back burner for this person before. It may be somebody coming back from the past, somebody that you didn't see clearly, and you're scared that you don't trust to see them clearly going forward. Maybe someone with Moon in Gemini, Moon in Libra. And this person wants to invest in you. And you can't go back and forth about it. You just need to figure out, do you want to be invested in? And you can't go into anything blindly. No more willful blindness. The blindfold is coming off. You being willing to ask the hard questions, to say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Whoa. When I say going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, the Earth sign wants to invest in you. The fire sign wants to invest in you, but they care about how things look. They care about they care about the work that you put in. If you're pursuing somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, you need to put work in. And it's just like, if you want something of quality, hello. What's that, like, what Hondas are built in like a matter of hours, but like a Rolls Royce, it takes like 8 months to build? Like, you trying to roll out in a Honda, or are you trying to be in a relationship that's like a fucking Rolls Royce or a Bentley? Like, if you want something that you've never had, you're going to have to do some shit that you've never done. Whew. Okay. And if you put the work in, if you focus on this fire sign, those of you who are interested in a fire sign, or if you yourself are have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you need to be willing to wait for people to put work in, to get to know you, to pursue you properly, to court you, because you are worthy of that. And some of you, all of us, are in a place of really figuring out our worth and pursuing it, being providers in the making, really mounting our shadows, coming in contact and loving our shadow in a way that we start to actually utilize it for the powerful resource that it is. Really starting to harness your willpower. There is something about harnessing your energy to get out of a place where you were trauma bonded, or where you were accepting less than you deserve, and moving towards happiness. I feel like if you have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, you need to be willing to be with people that are willing to put the work in, put in as much work as you put in. It needs to be mutual. No more chasing people that you know aren't able to put in what you can put in. And so there is something about public success and recognition, and really stable, happy, romantic, maybe even marital situations, or happenings for people with fire and earth placements. This is putting it, also for those of you who are single, let's say phone dry as fuck. You are in a position where you're needing to pursue your emotionality and your creativity in a different way so that you can invest in shedding fear. And once you shed the fear, and in the fear of being yourself or pursuing whatever you want to pursue, you get to focus and create something that you get public success and recognition for, that you are celebrated for, and that brings you dividends and brings you stability and puts you in a position where you really want to pursue, keep it moving, keep hustling. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. This video, I said this video wasn't going to be long. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. The King of Swords. Okay, y'all, the information that comes in, the aha moments, the conversations that come in, they are about people who have been really stern or mean to you, or you have been really stern or mean towards people. The information that's coming in is putting you in a position to be more masterful with your thoughts. Therefore, you'll be more masterful with your words. The information that's coming in are about people who you need to establish stronger boundaries with. There's information that's coming in that's going to put you in a position to enforce your boundaries in a real strict way. Slick-mouthed even. Please clarify the Hermit. Strength. You need to be alone so that you can recalibrate your relationship to control, so that you can check your ego, so that you can really figure out what makes you proud, what is a real success. Redefining your relationship to success, redefining your relationship to the flashy, to the materialistic, to being seen, needing to be seen, needing attention. Some of you, if you don't really start to check yourself, the divine's going to check you, and some friends and all this recognition is going to be stripped away, because it can't just be about, oh my God, how do I look, or how many likes did I get, or how many followers and all this shit that's going on. It's got to be more heartfelt, more genuine than that. And that's going to manifest for us all individually different. Please clarify this Nine of Swords, because there's some train of thought that's coming to an end. Please show what no longer serves us. What is it that needs to be released? Woo! The Eight of Wands. Your idea of the pace, your idea of the timeline, your idea of how it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to be, how fast it's supposed to go. Your relationship to control is really something that's been holding you back. Your relationship to your timeline versus the divine's time. Especially, and also some of you, there may be Pisces that that isn't themselves, or it's like they've been very emotionally manipulative, or someone that you can't read, or someone that has I feel like taken advantage of emotions, or taken advantage of their status or their place in your life. It doesn't have to be a Pisces, but King of Cups is Sun in Pisces. And you just may not have seen these person's true colors. There's something about you seeing someone's true colors that it's like, how long are you going to hold that against them? You're either going to be with this person, let them stay in your life and let them evolve, or acknowledge them for what they are and move accordingly. Make the appropriate cuts. There is Going from the Nine of Swords to the Four of Swords, there are a lot of harsh lessons that you're needing to integrate. And you integrate that by way of alone time, by way of meditation, prayer. You really taking the time to make sure that you're not conforming, that you're being true to yourself. Putting yourself in a reverent, spiritual, calm, Zen-like kind of environment so that you can receive the new game plan, so that you can receive abundance, prosperity, new life, baby, money, new job, promotion, a new house, an influx of good health. Once you are willing to acknowledge who and what puts you in this mind state, it puts you in a place where you're allowed to get here. And once you're there, that's when the new beginnings can come in. All that it will cost you is you being done being afraid of the changes, the profound changes that are coming. They're coming anyway. So you might as well relinquish your concept of control and get busy in a place of being able to surrender to the divine within you so that you can allow yourself to be divinely guided, so that you can withstand the storm, so that you can withstand these big changes. Because it's not going to go how you think. It's not going to go on your timeline. It's going to happen just as it's meant to happen. So put yourself in a position of releasing everything that you're clinging to so that you can receive what wants to come in and what is for you. Just stay still and listen so that you can know when to move and how to move efficiently. And so that your pain can come full circle and you can be propelled forward. I love you. This video is probably so damn long. Oh my God.